secure the liberty of...
And we have to convey to the Russians our concern that those words spoken by Putin about Ukraine are terribly reminiscent of what Hitler was saying about Austria before the Anschluss, which was then followed by the Sudetenland, and then we know the rest of the history. And that could be then very serious in Europe. Either we are passive in the face of a calamitous explosion, or maybe the Ukrainians will fall apart. And simply, there will be a repetition of what happened in Crimea.
Putin is a different person, very different person from Gorbachev or even from Khrushchev. But, and he has the outlook of someone who was KGB and who saw the Soviet Union collapse. And he's a person full of venom because he thought that that collapse was taken advantage of by the West, or especially by the United States, to humiliate Russia or to take advantage of Russia.
Neither Scowcroft nor Brzezinski see Europe's new insecurity as a return to the Cold War. They see it in a different context of 21st century reality.
Putin has to consider, can he really undertake a war at this stage in the heart of Europe, given the state of his economy, which is really very bad, and still the relatively retarded state of his military, which is only being modernized? If he did this 10 years from now, he might be in a much better shape. But right now, I don't think a serious conflict in that part of Europe is something that Putin would welcome. He would like to have a quickie, either the breakup of Ukraine or some upheaval within Ukraine. And I think we have to reassure him in a constructive fashion that that is somewhat unlikely because we have interests too.
Scowcroft says Putin's actions could have been averted if the West had paid attention to Ukraine's economy. But he says both the US and Europe have been lazy about the whole thing.
The EU made an offer for a relationship with Ukraine. Didn't amount to anything. Putin turns around and offers them $15 billion loan. What the United States could have done at that time, and I think should have done, is to say, look, Ukraine's economy is in terrible shape. Let's us, the United States, the EU, and Russia put together a program of assistance to Ukraine.
At a conference at the Center for Strategic and International Studies think tank in Washington, D.C., we asked Brzezinski if the initial sanctions taken against Russia are enough.
Well, they're like the sort of introductory phase of a dinner. There's a little bit of a preliminary bite, but not too much bite.
Do you expect more?
Yes.